Yo, survivors, dudes and chicks. I'm running a little late on doing my arena, but tonight we're going to be going through a little bit more detail on Hero Initiative. So hopefully you guys will get some use out of that. So real quick, I'm going to knock out arena. Let's get that done. Let's see what that be like real quick. Boom, arena time. Let's see what we can come up with here. Well, you can take that. Let's take it. I do not have the sound on for this, uh, like in-game sound, because that's just that's not fun. Everybody knows what those sounds are. We don't need that. Let's just plow through this real fast so we can get to the hero stuff in about 7 minutes. Yep, we should be able to take that too. Yep, we got her. All right, next. Trying to be cognizant and not hit like my own people. Uh, yeah, so we'll just stick to people I don't know. Easy peasy. Let's get us some points. Big, big, big. Not big. Easy points. And roughly, I don't know, let's call it 5 minutes after this is done, they're going to knock me down probably back into 50th place. So I do like to go through and add in just a couple of more. Just a few. It's cheap on diamonds. Just to get up a little further. What do we got in here? We could take this guy again. Excuse me. Boom shakalaka. The math is easy. Just find a low and hit it. Go. Let's see. This guy might be running Blood Rose, or might be running Dawn. Might be kicking my butt, but we'll find out. Yeah, we got it. All right, enough of that. Let's go back and take a look at what we're going to be working with today. So I'll just use the warehouse to show you a few things. So in the heroes, we've got 8,000 orange books, 2,000 purple, 2,000 blue. We've got 163 recruitment tickets, 107 fragments, which that's really low comparatively. I think I was being lazy with full preparedness and didn't get all the frags that I should have. I don't remember. It's been a very busy week. We get some generics to use. We've got these. I don't think we're going to be doing anything with the special weapons tonight. So let's just move on. We'll get 2,400 power cores to use, 1.3 million of the enhancement alloys, and then we're going to go through and do a little bit of work with the gear that we have. I don't think I'm going to be touching the second march and their gear tonight. I think I'm going to be focusing, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to be focusing more on the primary march and how I'm structuring that gear, and I'm going to show you guys a few things that I'm going to go through and do with that gear. So that should help with Hero Day. Let's double check and make sure I don't have any. Yeah, no, we're all out of EXP things to use. Let's see what this looks like. If we go to one that can be upgraded. Let's see. So 1.9G, that's 1.9 billion that we can use. Now, the thing about EXP is that's not going to help your score for Hero Initiative. Not at all. You can use that at any time. The reason why I saved it up is because I'm going to have to go from 125 to 130. I recently went ahead and did HQ 26, as you can see here. HQ 26. The reason for that is I'm trying to go ahead and grind out T9s. Uh, I've ran the T8s about as far as they can go. Don't get me wrong, they still put up a hell of a fight, but I think we're going to have to go T9 and maybe not so much have the trap account. I don't know what that's going to look like. If we look at stats right now, which we're going to want to do, let me see. Yeah, same on the phone. Let me click here. If we look at stats right now, the tech power is at 5.8. But if you guys watch the Thick Walls video or even the last Hero Initiative, yeah, I try to cover tech. You'll see guys with 7, 8 million tech. Not necessarily something to be scared of because it depends on which tech they did. Right? I go through and I do just stuff for Siege. Anyway, go back and watch that video. You'll see. Right now, I'm down, I don't know, maybe 700 troops. We were doing a little TBT earlier. Hero power is at 29.7. That's total hero power. What we're going to try to do, by the way, if you guys haven't seen that, look how many perished I have. That's nuts. The ratio from kills to perish, that's not good. I got to do something about that. So what we're going to try to do is see how far those power cores get us, how far the alloys get us, and how far all of the books and generic fragments that we have get us. Also, we don't want to lose the fact that we have several of the recruitment tickets. So that's not what I wanted to go into. I wanted to go into the recruitment tickets. Anyway, we'll get there in just a second. Let me double check and see what's lacking here. Oh, yes, these. Go ahead and get that stuff. And then right here in a second, this game is going to reset, and we'll be able to go through and knock some stuff out. Another tyrant? Okay, good. That's got some time to go. So I won't bore you with that. Let's see what what else we can knock out. I'm going to go ahead and pop this because that is going to give you a little bit more edge. It's not quite at the 8-hour mark. That's not what I wanted to do. So used to being on the phone. Anyway, let's get this. You see these pieces of equipment? Those help you get enhancement, but they don't go towards your points for the versus event for Hero Initiative. But what they are going to go towards is our hero power because we're going to be enhancing our equipment. No, it's not a metal alloy. Again, no points from the versus event, but that's okay. The goal here is all the shit that we saved, we want to use it and see what our first formation is going to look like. Right now, that first formation is at 22.3 million. And while I'm going through this, I'm going to cover some other things. You know what? I'm going to get into that first. Let's cover some stuff here. Let's take a look at the heroes again. All right, you'll notice I have a 5-star here on Ali. I have a 5-star on Katrina. Now, if I had to do things over again, I wouldn't have 5-starred them so quick because I was lacking the 4-star on the rest. So you can see Selena's 4-star now, Evelyn's 4-star, and Sophia is 4-star. Now, where I'm not going to start dumping the 4-star into so quickly is some on the second march. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is my second march with these heroes. But the reason for that, and I'll probably end up doing Scarlet, and here's why. When you look at this, her damage factor goes up. So that doesn't say that is just for her. This might be global buffs. I'm pretty sure it is. So you can see here it's a normal attack boost. And when you go through and look at the rest of them, you can see the same thing. It's even the same when you go into your blue heroes. So there's some cool stuff down here on the ones that aren't quite 5-starred yet. So if we're looking at those, that increases The damage factor. Now, what we want to look for, those are normal buffs. Let me see if I can remember who it was that had the global. Was it? Might have been Mia. No, that's a normal attack. Let's see. Let's just scroll through. I'm looking for the global. Just for sake of the video, show you guys that it does exist. Hmm. Maybe I didn't get back far enough. Bear with me, folks. This isn't your first rodeo if you're watching this. Okay. Well, I'm tripping over words, so let's figure out what I'm doing wrong. We were just talking about this last night. So there is a global boost on this. Maybe, just maybe, I'm looking at the wrong skill. Executive talent, global effect. There we go, guys. Sorry about that delay. But you can see that there is such thing as a global effect. Now, this particular hero is 5-star. Global effect, valid upon March. So that is only when she is out in the March. Global effect for Evelyn. Um, the attack and the defense boost effects apply to all unit types. That's badass, right? That is now, however, training speed, but you get the rider attack, you get the training speed, you get the defense. There's a lot involved with upgrading to the 5-star. So it is beneficial. Where I want to clarify is early game. Early game, I would not push for 5-star on these orange heroes because they are 100 stars each when you do that. So that gets really pricey, right? So if you're going to star up, look at that, 100 each just to get one little wedge on this star. That's substantial. So that's a lot of daily packs. That's a lot of fragments. That's just a lot of everything. So I would recommend kind of steering clear of 5-starring very early. You definitely do, however, want a 4-star very early because you're going to unlock this 4th skill. So this is a great example on Selena. Whether she is deployed, everything the assaulters are getting a 10% buff. So you're kicking ass just by unlocking that max skill. Now, when you go through and you're taking a look at some of your other folks in here, so let's see, just for an example, as a blue guy with a global effect, that is just training speed. Training speed. What is this one? Gathering speed. It's a global effect. So these are very, very universal and worth it to go ahead and start trying to 5-star these blue folks as soon as you can. I mean, that's just really easy to do. I mean, you get a ton of these blue fragments, right? And the same's going to be for your purples as well. So that's an exclusive talent. Are all the purples exclusives? Yeah, it seems so. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong thing. Uh, that is Amelia. She's research nerfs, so that's good. Um, going through, taking a look. You can do this on your own. I'm not going to bore you with that. Let's get into the fun stuff. So the strategy I use behind upgrading the heroes on Initiative Day is a little simplistic, but it makes sense because it's sequential. So the first thing you want to do is pop open your tickets, the recruitment tickets. The reason for this is you're going to get a few more fragments and things to use as we're going through and actually upgrading them. So let's see what we get. We'll just click through these real quick. Almost done. There we go. 10 spot. Don't hate that. And another cool thing about Hero Initiative Day is you get 24 hours to do it. So what's going to happen is you're actually going to get more recruitment tickets as you're going through your dailies and any of the little side events that pop up as this is going on. So you can go back through and use those on this day. So you're not just done right after reset if that's when you are doing this. You can get a few more points out of it, and it helps. I use every bit of them. I have 3 left. We're going to use all 3 of them. So let's just grab them. There we go. We are done with that. Second thing that I like to do is go into the heroes at this point, and I start I've already kind of preemptively went through and figured out what I wanted to do with the gear. And if you guys didn't know this already, the first notch on a circle and the last notch on a circle in the gear is going to give you the most points. They are probably the most expensive ones you get, but we've got a few we can try it out on. Right now, my goal is to get everything at least 1-starred. You can see I started here with the helmet. The reason for that is because it's got some decent buffs. My second thing to do I started on was the gun. Since I am further along on that by 1 wedge, we're going to upgrade that first. And there's a likelihood I'm going to have to get some Zint, but that's okay. I've got plenty. So let's promote the gun. 2 and 3. There we go. And then let's find out if we want to do definitely the vest. If you guys have watched, I like defense. So we're going to add as much defense as we can get into there. And next, will we be able to finish this? Let's see. Nope. Didn't run out of Zent. We ran out of power cores. Let's just go double check and see how we look overall. Almost got that done. And then our last hero on our first formation, sitting 2 wedges on each. That doesn't suck. I want to double check real quick just to see how many more wedges, not wedges, uh, how many more power cores do I need? 276. I just need to get to 300. I need 25 power cores. 24. So let's double check our shop. See what we can get out of here. Let's see what 25 of these go for. I don't want to use more than that because that is, it's going to take away from me being able to get, actually, I can just do 24. That's all I need. Yeah, that's great. Let's just do that and finish that last little wedge on there. That's a lot of points that we were missing out on if we don't do it. So yeah, I definitely want to do that. So right now it is at 256. Let's put that last deal on there real quick. All right, so 256, what does it go to? 288. 32,000 bump just from hitting that last wedge. So yeah, that's pretty good, man. Um, I mean, let's see. Why is that showing red? There's nothing we can do there. Yeah, we don't need that. So let's see what just that has done to our hero power so far. Went up 100,000 total. It's not bad. That'll reset in a little bit. We're about to get into the real good stuff here in just a second. Let's see what it does when we start enhancing stuff. So these are all decent. I don't necessarily need to enhance these, and I can't. So let's go on to the next. We can pump these up quite a bit. Let's do the gun. Let's get a little more attack out of this. So I like to use all this stuff first. and then go through and use the alloys just to get a bigger bump. So yeah, that's oh wow, I had 11 of those. I don't know why I can't see it on the screen. Yeah, that shot it up a couple of levels. Now let's do it this way. No, let's do quick select. And then that's 8K, 74. That'll be enough. I like to spread the love a little bit. And, it just makes it a little bit, I don't know. I feel like it makes it a little more balanced. I could be wrong. I haven't checked any math on that. Maybe that's just some OCD shit that I got going on. Good enough. Let's see what the next one can be. Yeah, we definitely need to bump some of these up. So yeah, let's hit the helmet. It's at 304 currently. Let's try to get that to level, I don't know, 30, I guess. 325, looking good. And we'll hit the chest. All right, I used it all. There we go, quick and easy. And then you go into your books. You're going to want to use the books after that. So you do want to be selective on using your books. So I've maxed this one out. That's as high as it can go. I don't necessarily know that I need this one. Uh, maybe I do, maybe I don't. But we can definitely bump it. Um, and then I don't think that I want to do. There's a little bit of. I don't. I mean, yeah, training speed's great, but right now I'm looking for anything that's going to do some damage. So I'm going to upgrade here a little bit. I put that at 20. And then Katrina's not bad. That's not maxed. I would like to see the normal attacks go up here. Let's put this one at 30. There we go. What do we have left? Yeah, I need to get more stars here. So that's no bueno. But we can go here. Need more stars there too. Yeah, I don't want to do that right now. And then that's an active skill. Let's go for it. Oh, I need to double check Sophia. Yeah, let's get her bumped. There we go. Looking good. And then here's where your total hero power stuff comes from, right? Hang on a second. Let me get these special uh, equipment red pieces off of here. This doesn't help me any because I am looking for those red dots right now on the hero, like you see right here on Scarlet. I am looking for that red dot because that is going to tell me who can be starred up. Like if I have stars, so for example, Nyx, I have stars for Nyx. So I'm going to star her up right there, right? Now I could go through and try to finish this, but I want to double check, which I'm recommending you do too. If there's anybody else that really needs it. Nyx isn't that important to 4-star, and but it doesn't hurt, right? So her skill, I do like this. All shooter units damage increase. So we've got Evelyn's going. We can get this going. I think this is worth trying to star up. So let's see what happens here. That is not enough if you do the math to get it a full 4-star, but it's better than not having it. That's for damn sure. So all right, everybody's looking good on stars at the top. Let's finish starring this up. There's her 103. Oh, wow. I am very low on generic blues. I did not know that. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's see where our purples are. All right, the purples are going to need some upgrading on their skills as well. So we can finish her out if we want. This is on our second march. I'm not like tripping over this or anything. And she's got a lot of other things that she does for killing creeps and boomers. And you remember back when you could run the street and kill things? Let's give her some love. Let's get on to the next one here. There we go. All right. I can't get her on her primary, but I can get her here, and I think I will. All right, let's see. Anybody else? Yes, a little bit of skill love here. Yeah, we don't want to do that. I'm not even using this one, I don't think. That's probably in a third march. Nope, it is not even in a march. But for overall hero power, that's what I'm going to use. So let's get that. All right. Good enough there. I didn't even want to do that. Oh well. I'm just use these. This is getting boring even for me, and I'm the one doing it. I just kind of want to get to the end and show you guys, like, the hero power increase. Let me get this out of the way. We'll go ahead and bump these up. This does, however, you're not getting the points, but it does increase your overall hero power. Not a whole lot. I mean, it's not substantial at all. All right, ran out. Got it at 127. That's not bad. But we still got a little bit that we can use elsewhere, right? So, like these third and fourth March folks, we can pump them up just a bit. I always like to do the legendaries first, only because they carry more power at a lower level than the purples do. So it does help to use that. And I do try to save some for the preparedness mission on there. So let's see. That's all. That's almost all of our stuff. Let's see what that's done for us so far. So we went up. That doesn't make any sense. I might have to restart the game. With everything that I put in there, we should have went up well over that. But our primary march went up decently. So now we're sitting at 30 plus million on the primary. So that's good. That's also helping our wall defense. Incredibly, actually. Let's see if we can get an idea of what the wall defense is at, even though we don't have all the troops back. I am not clicking that damn node. There we go. All right. And defense. So 121 million on the wall defense. That's really good. That's going to take a hell of a beating. I don't care who you are. So yeah, guys, that's where it's at. That's the strategy and the usefulness on the hero initiative day. As you can see, we've got 8 out of 9 of our chest so far. By the time this is over with tomorrow and the game resets, we'll totally have all 9 chests out of that. Right now, I'm ranked 4th overall. In the Alliance, I am ranked 2nd, so it doesn't look too shabby. However, it's going to drop, right? That's most of my WAD that I had right there. So in closing, hopefully that helps. There's a little bit more detail in there. So let's kind of back up a little bit. Hit those tickets first, right? Get your stuff out of there because you're getting more fragments to upgrade your folks with. So hit those first. You're going to get some more before this resets. This is very fresh. We're 20 minutes into the game resetting, and this is what we've done so far. It doesn't suck to do this. And then as you're doing your dailies and everything else, you're going to get more of the fragments out of that. You're going to get some more EXP. Okay. Secondly, I like to go through and do the gear. Let's recap on gear. Actually, there is a better screen to recap on gear. Let's do it here. So equipment. Remember, this first wedge and the last wedge of each circle are going to give you the most power in terms of your core usage. So get that first march. Try to 1-star all of them first if you want. I'm doing it a little bit different only because, ADHD and shit. I just want to bump up the helmets and the chest pieces. They're great. I love those things. Defense, and one has defense attack. Brilliant, in my opinion, but I am biased towards myself. So gear is second. And then in the gear, it's two parts, right? You want to promote, and then you want to enhance. I promote first, then I enhance. Because typically I like to go through, and the one with the highest promotion, I'm going to enhance a little bit more. I do try to spread the love, however, even with the second march. Right now it's not a huge focus of mine on the second march. It's kind of organically building as I'm buying the gold pieces with with the merits that you're getting from Arena and Canyon Clash and all of that. And then the third piece is going to be those books. So the books are the skills. So go through, make sure your books, get as many books as you can. So like if you're doing the bounty missions, there's easy books to gather out of that. Super easy. So do everything you can to get your books, get those skill levels maxed out. Because if you take a look, when you get these things maxed out, this 1500 normal attack just on Katrina in her first skill, 1500 for Oliveira. And as you're going through and maxing these based on, their star level, man, that's great. You're just boosting that, man. You're going to come out swinging way above your weight class, doing the things like this. Even if you're running purple gear, get those up too. For combat, you're going to focus on the first, and then for any of those additional attributes, the global effect ones, that's this skill, the one I call the second skill that's highlighted right now. Then for that third skill, you're getting some stuff out of that too. That's an active skill that the hero has. So that's actually doing some work, and you can see what it does. So that's great. If we were still running the street, I don't know if they've managed to convert this over to field fighting or not. It's saying you're getting additional damage. I don't know if that's actually true when you're doing TVT or when you're doing a siege attack. I have no idea. No idea. If you know, leave it in the comments. So that's really all I've got. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments. The Discord's going to be in the description. And I'm going to put some shorts out on this, hopefully drive a little traffic to it. I think this is interesting. This is just what I've learned, even post the initial hero initiative that I did. There's just a few other things that watching that back, I realized, man, I didn't explain that very well. It was super generic. But I've had a bunch of questions, a bunch of folks hop into the Discord and ask a little bit more detailed questions. So I decided to do another one of these just to help you guys out on that. So if it's something you got some use out of, give it a like, share it to your social media platforms. I do plan to open up some social media platforms. Hopefully, get the reach out there a little more, help some folks out. Because, if you know this stuff in the early game, you're going to come out swinging like a champion, even free to play. There's a strategy behind upgrading things, is the point in showing you this. So that's all I've got for you today. There's going to be more coming out this week. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, folks.